I just got my hands-on equations kit in the mail and I've been so excited to start playing around with it today. This is an introductory way to teach students about solving algebra equations. And you can start with something very basic. This represents a balance, and students understand that to keep it balanced, they have to have equal values on both sides of the balance. And so in the hands-on equations set, the blue pawns represent an unknown value, or we can let students know that we're going to call it x. And so you can say, for example, to get started, if I put x on one side of the balance and I put 14 on the other side of the balance, then what must this blue pawn be equal to? If this is balanced, then the blue pawn has to equal 14, or x has to equal 14. And then if we take it a step further and we put 2 pawns on the left-hand side, and we put a 6 on the right-hand side, and we tell students this is balanced, then they know that these 2 pawns together have to make 6. And since they are exactly the same, they have to have the same value. And so each pawn would represent 3, because 3 plus 3 is 6. So in this case, x equals 3. 2 pawns plus 3 over here, so 2 x's plus 3. I'm going to put a 7 on this side, and I'm going to tell my students, okay, this is balanced, and I want to figure out how much each of these is worth. And so we're allowed to make legal moves, which in this case would be to remove the same amount from both sides of the balance, because that would keep the balance level. And so I can say I want to remove 3 from the left side, and I can remove 3 of these from the right side. So if I take 3 off the left side and I take 3 of these away, now I'll have 4. Now I know that these 2 pawns have to be equal to 4, and since they're equal, those should each be 2. So x equals 2. All right, and even one more. What if I have 4 x's plus 1 on the left side, and I have 2 x's plus 9 on the right side, and I want to know the value of x. I can start by either removing pawns, or I can remove numbers. As long as I'm removing the same value from each side, I think it might be easiest to take an x off each side, and then to take another x off each side. You can do that in one move if you want to. Take 2 off each side, and then I can take 1 from each side. This 1 will go away, and this one will become an 8. And now I know that these 2 pawns have to equal 8. They're equal in value, so 8 divided by 2 is 4. So each of these is 4. Therefore, x equals 4.